At hindi pa tapos ang araw, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the second series of the day. It's going to be SEO versus LPE. And you are now tuned in to the National Season 2, the first franchise-based esports league in the country. Kami ang yung magiging tagapagsalaysay ng mga storya, analysis, and everything between. Ako, si Butters, at kasama ko ngayon, si Wolf. Wolf, hindi pa tapos ang araw natin ngayon. Magkasama tayo kanina, ngayon magkasama tayo ulit.
Ganun talaga.
Ganun talaga.
December 12, and mainit ang esports. All over the place. At we're thankful na kasama ka namin ngayon na nanonood para sa The Nationals. We are at day 14. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Bobby.
Yes, it is day 14 and a lot of things are happening, and this is the second to the last day of our 5-day stretch para sa Nationals. Isipin mo, day 1 to day 3 nandun ako. Day 4 nandun din ako. Day 5 nandun din ako. Ang tindi.
Ikaw na sa Mr. Nationals.
Ako na sa Mr. Nationals. Paramdam ko oras na eh. Pero ito lang, Wolf. Mainit ang laban natin ngayon. At paano natin masasabing mainit? Tignan na lang natin yung previous match. Neto, LPE versus not really LPE versus SEO, but still, this is going to be the match results for the day. This is Brent E Pro versus Happy Feet Emperors 2-0 para sa Brent E Pro. Brent E Pro securing that 3 points. Yung kailangan nila 3 points para sa araw na to. While SEO Olympians and LPE, they are set to getting that 3 points din.
Okay. I wanna say yung kanina yung 3 points nga na nakuha ng Brent E Pro ay it's their way para ma-secure yung second spot. That means na itong mga naghahabol, which is particularly STIE Olympians, mayroon silang chance pa rin naman makipag-tie up sa Brent E Pro, pero kailangan nilang E2-0 ang LPE Eagles. Now, for the Warriors and the Eagles, ang tagal na nilang nagbabakbakan dito sa top 4 and top 5 slot. And it was very surprising for Signal Ultra Warriors to get the 2-0 just recently laban sa STIE Olympians. Kaya naman, nakahabol sila ng todo-todo laban sa Eagles. In fact, a few days ago, ang Eagles ay maganda na yung na-establish na lead over the Warriors. But after, of course, yung malapit na recovery nitong Warriors, ay naka-12 points ulit sila. Saktong-sakto para sa Eagles and E-Olympians, pareha silang may pinaglalaban. Para sa E-Olympians, it's the second spot or the upper bracket slot. Para sa Eagles naman, playoffs ang pinaglalabanan. And actually, mathematically speaking, I think Eagles can still make it to the upper bracket. Pero that's dependent on them scoring back-to-back 2-0s.
And yeah, performance. Yun ang kailangan tignan natin dito as we are moving on to the second to the last day. Napaka-importante netong mga set of matches na to for every team na lalaban sa kanila. Let's see kung ano nga ba ang nangyari nung huling beses na naglaban ang SEO at ang LPE. And not really surprisingly, but ito yung mga panahon na yung LPE ay naghahanap sila ng way talaga, na hinahanap nila yung rhythm nila, hinahanap nila yung tinta nila. STIE Olympians, sila yung nakahanap ng mas maaga, sila yung nakapag-adapt, and they get that 2-0. 12 minutes and 16 minutes respectively.
I was there nung nangyari to, at ito yung weekend na preparado ang STIE Olympians. That weekend, that was actually a week's worth of preparation para sa STIE Olympians. Yun rin yung same weekend na ang STIE Olympians ay nakakuha ng 6-0 across 3 series in one weekend. And it was amazing kasi nakita natin ang STIE Olympians na yung main strength nila is kapag hindi nakapaghanda yung kalaban nila, but at the same time sila naman yung nakapaghanda. Parang yung nakalaban nila yung Eagles yung Eagles kakatapos lang ng isang laro, tapos dalawang back-to-back pa yung pinakita. STIE Olympians handang-handa nung moment na yon. Kaya naman, this time, hopefully the Eagles are gonna reverse it to show na sila naman yung prepared naman sa E-Olympians. Kasi kahapon, performance ng Olympians, ang lupit.
Pero malupit ang kanilang mga ginawa, and they found their rhythm, and this time around, wala nang kaba-kaba, wala nang hanap-hanap. Dito sila para lumaban. Pakilala natin ang ating mga teams. And we We'll start with LPE Eagles. It's going to be Aspect, Jake the Dog, Arms, Yaku, AK, Ryota, and
Para sa Eagles, for the first time nung kanalaban nila ang Happy Feet Emperors, they showed Yaku and AK. And that was the only time na pinaglaro nga sila. Unfortunately, it resulted to a loss para sa Eagles. And I gotta wanna say na baka naman din pagsisihan nila yung nangyari din. Kasi, imagine this, if they scored the 2-0 against Happy Feet Emperors back then, it will be 3 points sila. Which also means na meron silang 1 point over the Signal Ultra Warriors. Well, then again, kayang-kaya pa naman nilang i-correct yung kanilang decision na yun because they still have 2 series remaining. This one, laban sa SEO, and tomorrow, it's going to be against SMO. 2 tough teams nga lang. Dalawang team na naglalaban para sa upper bracket. In fact, SMO and SEO, they have already secured their playoff spots. So, it's gonna be a grind for sure para sa Eagles. And we'll find out if they can make it to the playoffs. Ang magandang simula dito ay kailangan nilang makascore ng at least ay actually, kailangan nila ng maraming points over Signal, over SEO.
Let's introduce STIE Olympians naman. And Yato, Escanor, Deb, Cram, and Dian, they are set. And they're on a mission to get that 3 points away from LPE. Wolf, itong team na to, surprisingly, well, actually hindi surprisingly, pero technically ginulat pa rin nila tayo sa kanilang pinakita din sa The Nationals. This is Nationals, hindi push over yung mga teams dito eh.
Yeah.
If you want to dominate, if you want to win the Nationals, you have to give it your all. And STI Olympians, time and again, pinapakita lang nila sa atin na kaya nilang makikasabay.
This is a team that really exceeded my expectations nitong sa kanilang stint sa The Nationals, particularly that weekend where they scored 6-0. But afterwards, medyo bumaba ang STI Olympians after their back-to-back losses against Smart Omega na straight 4-0 kasi sila ng Smart Omega dire-diretso after the first half of the group stages. Tapos, natalo din sila afterwards ng Signal Ultra Warriors. Parang talagang may decline eh. And then nanalo sila dito sa side na Happy Feet Emperors 2-0 kahapon, which kind of makes me think siguro may pagka-inconsistent ang STI Olympians. And I think that's the elephant in the room. Kahit sabihin na natin, hinahype natin itong team na to na nag-exceed sila ng expectations, at the same time, pwede nating masabi na inconsistent sila. This might be something that the Eagles can abuse. Kasi sila din naman ay, well, technically speaking, consistent sila, Butters, because they are at 50%. So, consistent sila dun sa 50%.
Okay. So, minsan talo, minsan panalo, ganyan ang buhay, pero LPE, they will try to get the win today. Looking at the stats right now, hindi nagkakalayo yung Wolf eh. If you would run through everything, games played dito ng LPE is at 18, 20, 17 minutes yung average win time nila pareho. KDA, it's a 0.30 something lead. Well, 31 actually. And average GPM, hindi nagkakalayo itong dalawang team na to. And that really tells us something that we might go the distance today. Kapag ganito, yung mga pacing ng mga teams natin, it only takes one mistake in your tempo to actually just lose that game.
Grabe naman ang mga featured heroes from both Dian and Arbs, ang mga supports ng parehas na teams, and technically speaking, the mage users, and we're only saying that kasi naman sa meta ngayon, ang support ay usually ay offensive mages. Nawala yung time na support ay either tank or legitimate support like Estes. But for now, the running meta dictates to us na nasa offensive usage. And I think that this is where Dian can shine. Lalong-lalo na sa paggamit niya ng kanyang Farsa. Ang kanyang featured hero ngayon ay Lunox, but I'm really impressed dun sa control niya doon sa Farsa. Samantala si Arvs naman ay nandun din, either Farsa or Lunox. Heroes that they use in a way na parang meron talaga silang role na pinupunan sa team. And that is, sobrang weird na sinabi ko, di ba? May role na pinupunan sa team. Pero ganun lagi, meron silang tasks na laging kailangan punan sa team. For example, there will be times na ang STIE Olympians kuha sila ng Akai plus Far sa duo. Si Dian, siya yung magsusupply ng damage and eventually magsiscale. Si Arvs naman, ganoon din. Meron siyang Farsa, kailangan niyang nakatoka siya sa pag-clear ng waves para sa rest ng LPE Eagles na makapag-farm. Parang ganoon eh. Medyo the way they play, parang taskmasters sila eh. Tama yung term eh.
Kumbaga,
goal-oriented.
Goal-oriented. Sinasabi ni Wolf dito na one goal at a time. Hindi sila yung tipong team na magsusubok silang gumawa ng individual tasks as a team, and they are objective about it. And that is one of the things na kailangan natin abangan dito kung paano nila i-secure yung mga objectives na yon for their certain course and support. So, right now, tempo is the name of the game. Wolf, alam naman natin na Lunox ang galawan nila dito. Tingnan natin kung Lunox nga ba ang magiging main point of contention dito sa game na to.
I think STI Olympians will ban that second. Nagban na sila ngayon ng Benedetta. Other choices are Brody and Barats, as well as I think yung Ling din ay baka i-consider ng STI Olympians. I think I saw them kahapon. That's also true with the Eagles. Hindi sila nagbibigay ng mga comfort picks ng kalaban. Ganon sila kataas magbigay ng respect. So there's the Brody ban. Now for Eagles, I think you should be banning Lunox now.
Well, if you give naman, sabihin na if you give LPE ang kanilang Lunox, and that means dalawang hero din na maganda makukuha mo. So, STI Olympians, pwede nila i-take into consideration yon.
Interesting. I wanna say, ang isa pang hero na tingin ko gagamitin at pag-aagawan ng pares sa team sa to ay ang Khalid. I think Khalid is a hero na both teams share and they use it to great effect. Yun yung link ban. Katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, Butters. So ngayon, you're looking at either Barats or Lunox para sa STI Olympians. And I think possibly baka parehas ay hindi iban. Hindi ako magulat dito kung something like Hilda or Johet ang pinili ng STI Olympians instead. Kasi ang mangyayari, kapag kinuha ng Eagles yung Barats, kukuha lang sila ng Lunox and they're A-okay.
And as you can see here, si Coach Panda talagang nagsasalita siya. Sabi niya, okay guys, who do you want to pick first?
This is so malakas talaga.
This is so malakas talaga. Like, if we get the Hilda, will be so malakas talaga. Yeah. Coach Panda.
Di ba?
Man, go ahead.
Tumatama yung mga hula natin dito sa para sa team. So, Eagles, honestly, baka Khalid nga unahin nila dito eh. Instead of... but, siguro tricky dito is pag nag-Khalid sila, matik Barats Lunox ang STI. So, siguro sila naman ang mag-first pick ng Lunox para yun yung safest pick, kumbaga, sa para sa teams. Yun na. Man!
It's going to be the Lunox, hindi nila ibibigay ito. Kasi kung sino man yung mabigay doon sa Khalid at saka sa Barats, kaya kasi counterin ng Lunox din mismo. So, if ever makuha ng STI Olympians to, yung Barats at yung Khalid, sige, ibigay mo lang. Meron tayong sagot. Given na maganda yung start dito.
Yeah. What's the answer now for STI Olympians? Maybe considering something like Hilda or yun na. Yeah.
Hindi kita Khalid, hindi kita Hilda?
Sakto. Men, bakit ganito ang nangyari sa Pinas? Kasi nag-init kasi tayo kanina eh. Kaya nababasa natin to parang libro.
Eto na, paramdam ko na bakit.
Honestly, Harith.
Harith, okay. This could be a support Harith o a mid Harith. Hindi pa natin alam kasi tatandaan mo, kung ganito na yung setup ng STI Olympians, I'm looking at it na parang kailangan nang pumunta ng Lunox sa XP lane.
Yeah. They might go Cho now for Eagles kasi baka ayaw na nilang maubusan ng hero si Bimo.
Oo. Pwede.
Esmeralda. Do you like this at all? Me personally, Butters, triple mage na agad ang nilabas mo. That might not be the best. Kasi madaling mag-punch dito.
I share your sentiments, Wolf, kasi ganito din yung iniisip ko dyan eh. Medyo funneled na yung damage output mo.
Oo.
Pasado na. So, ibig sabihin, kung ako ang LPE Eagles at hindi ko gagawing support tong Hurricane, that only means that I'm leaning towards the late game. And wala akong masyadong physical damage. Ibig sabihin, yung mga heroes sa STA Olympians, anong nga-itemize nila? Athena Shield, Oracle.
Athena Shield, Oracle, and you're set. And
Oh,
this is such a good Alice pick. If you don't know, sa mga viewers out there, ang Alice, bukod sa ginagamit siya bilang late game mage na malakas mag-scale, ito rin na isang hero na famous sa kanyang instant stun na sobrang solid. AoE pa yon. So what you do is get Flicker or yung Flowing Blood. Kasi meron siyang skill na Flowing Blood na napakadali mag-in. So you go in, instantly pop your second skill na isa siyang Petrify na malaki ang range, na sobrang spammable din. And it's great against all of these heroes that are dependent on sustain. Kasi ang Harith, Esmeralda at Lunox, ang gusto nila mangyari is makapagbato sila ng skill para magmukha silang makunat. Pero in a way, hindi talaga sila makunat. Now, if you have the Alice, this is your instant ticket para ma-stun agad sila so that when you have your follow-up from STI Olympians, you take them down so easily.
kumbaga, ito yung reliable source of stun.
That's right.
Diba? Kasi hindi mo naman matatawag na reliable yung Raging Sandstorm.
Oo.
Kasi may kita yon, may flicker, may mga dash, may order of brilliance. So if you time it right, mahirap din hulihin yung mga heroes ito sa side ng LPE. With the exception of the Esmeralda. Siyempre, yung Esmeralda talagang nasa harapan yan eh. So, there might be a chance na mahuli mo yung Esmeralda easier than the others na nandito na sa side ng LPE. But right now, I say Olympians Wolf. Binanan nila dito yung Uranus at for the LPE side naman, they ban out the Eudora.
Yeah.
Ayaw nila talaga ng mga reliable na huli dito.
Oo.
Okay na yung Alice. Wag na
Yeah.
yung Eudora. Kasi pagka Eudora pa, automatic na huli na agad yung Hurricane.
Maybe they're looking for another ban on a stunner. Since meron ng heal that, it kind of means na may tank na already yung STI Olympians. So, Eagles might be considering banning out something like a funnel care. I think something like a Lancelot should be banned out. Ang consider ng Eagles. Kasi yun na yung kulang eh. Pag meron ka ng taga-initiate, like your Khalid and your Alice, all you need to have now is your massive damage output. So yun yung Lancelot na may burst. Another thing to consider para sa Eagles is something like Kadita or ayun na nga, Lancelot. Man, bakit ganun? Bakit natin nahuhulaan ng mga...
Oh, ganun talaga. Kumbaga, ang sabi lang dito ng LPE. Ano din eh, tatanggalin mo din yun eh, kasi early game damage output yun eh. Ibig sabihin, kapag nakuha nila yung tempo at hindi nasabihin natin nakapag-invade dito yung STA Olympians, which is very much possible with their certain picks na ginagawa nila ngayon, ibig sabihin nun, yung lands, kapag nakuha pa nila, automatic maglilin towards STA Olympians yung early game.
That's right.
Ayaw mo naman nun. Gusto mo na smooth sailing yung pag-transition to mid-game to late game para mas mataas yung chance yung manalo. Hindi for win, pero mas mataas ang chance ng panalo.
The only problem na ginawa ng STA Olympians ito is they have shown their hand. I think yung Cho is an easy consideration here para sa Eagles. Baka Roger. So this means a side lane Harith ito. That's what they are considering.
Yes, that is true. Wolf, Roger, and the Cho. And this is going to be the Werewolf going up against 3 very tanky heroes and 4 tanky heroes actually. And itong ginagawa kasi ng mga heroes ito sa totoo lang, mataas ng buhay eh. And especially kapag nasa wolf form ka ng isang Roger, you deal so much damage kapag ka mababa ang buhay nila.
Hayabusa is the pick for STIE Olympians and it makes a lot of sense here. Kasi nga naman, ito yung immediate burst. Diba? Sinabi natin kanina, meron ka ng pampasok para sa STIE Olympians. Meron ka ng initiator. Your instant stuns are there. May follow-up ka pa ng isang Raging Sandstorm. All you need to have is immediate burst and that will come from the Hayabusa. Lalong-lalo na kapag nakapag-farm in the early stages na maganda. This means na maaga darating ang Hypnosis as well as the Raptor Machete, pati yung Hunter Strike, which eventually will mean na may burst potential from the Hayabusa. The only problem here is ang awkward ng late game na makikita natin mula sa STIE Olympians. They might have this very good Alice pick sa late game. Pero apart from that, Hayabusa and Khalid, parang yung damage sources dito coming out from STIE Olympians ay hindi siya makakasabay with the Alice. That's what I'm trying to say. However, they have a lot of control, instant control. Yung Alice nila, it will allow them to have some influence in the late game kapag nag-take over na yung Harith. And even in the early stages of the game, kaya nilang i-take over yung Roger dito. So, kind of a holistic draft from the side of SK Olympians. But parehas silang merong wild card over each other. This Harith and this Hayabusa.
That was the perfect description galing kay Wolf. And you know what? I think the Celestial Palace is ready para i-cast natin. So we will be heading on to that battlefield right now. And kung papansinin ni Wolf, wildcard ang tamang term na ginamit dito ni Kuya Wolf. Alam mo, si Aspect, sila Ryota, I expect them to just hold their lanes as much as possible. If ever man dito mahuli ni Roger yung first 2 kills sa kanya on his side and maging mabilis, maging smooth sailing ang early game niya dito, I really think that SEO is going to be in a world of hurt kapag umabot tayo ng mid-game. But then again, kapag normal lang to at nahuli to ng SEO, yung tamang timpla nila sa unang stages of the game, I really think na malaki ang chance dito ng SEO na makuha yung panalo.
Nagbabakbaka, nagsusuntukan yung dalawang tanks ngayon. But this is definitely gonna be favoring Deb. Dahil si Deb ay may, una sa lahat, meron siya tank emblem. So that's also a lot of tankiness. Meron siyang concussive blast na. So this double tank setup na gagawin nilang aggressive ang playstyle, it kinda allows this Hayabusa to go sa jungle ng doon na siya magsisimula, doon na siya magtatapos. Parang magiging legitimate jungler dito si Yato on this Hayabusa. Ang main problem nga lang dito is they don't have as much damage in the post-laning stage. Kung saan nag-level 4 na si Lunox, nag-level 4 na si Bimo. Kapag nagkaroon ng palitan ng suntukan, lalamang yung Eagles just when it comes to damage.
Tank, mas lamang talaga ang kilda dito. Pero
Looking some aggressiveness. Ooh. Ito yung problem, di ba, na double tank setup. Makunat kayo, pero at the same time, kung usapang pang poke damage lang, it's obviously gonna favor the Eagles. Kasi si Arvs pinababa yung HP doon niya, as well as this Bimo Takcho. Tapos si Ryota maximizing his flicker in there. Naka-ano rin siya average, so mayaman din talaga to at this point.
And we can see Escanor dito, hinahabol talaga siya, and that is going to be another kill. Going to the side of LPE. Yung mga buhay niyan, gustong-gusto yan ni Aspect kapag sobrang baba na. They answer with their own kill. STIE Olympians dito, punishing Bimo hard. At alam mo, Wolf, ito yung sinasabi natin eh. Kumbaga, kailangan pa rin maging easy dito ni Kuya Bimo. Si Deb dito, nabigyan din.
Oh no. Does have the quicksand guard, kaya makapag-heal din siya. Kaya alam mo si Jake the Dog nag-decide na lang na hindi lumaban. Side laning Harith, that's one thing na sumikat din talaga over the past weeks, and seems like here in the Philippines, nag-adjust na rin ang mga players. They are playing it as well.
And as you can see dito, talagang tama yung sinabi ni Wolf, naging dedicated jungle dito ang Hayabusa. Hindi na siya hindi siya nag-stick sa lanes as much. Pero ang kanyang goal dito talaga is to clear the waves and try to steal kahit pa paano yung mga jungle monsters dito ng LPE. Papansinin mo dito, dahil nga meron silang dedicated jungler, they go straight for the turtle, and that is going to be Rogers for the taking. Aspect dito tumatakbo, napalabas siya dito, and look at that, 2-man knock-up from the Kondo. Yato dito, tumano papunta kay Aspect, and Harith dito steals the show. Jake the Dog, grabe ang pinapakita dito. May isang werewolf at may isang dog.
Man, that was amazing from Bimo. Sobrang ganda nung ginawa ni Bimo doon. He waited for the moment na parang siguro nagkakausap sila ni Aspect dito. Tinitingnan niya, malapit na bang ma-retribution to? Sakto na ba? Nung time na malapit na ma-retri or may chance na ma-retri ni Yato yung turtle, dun siya ng stun. And thus, hindi naman niya goal na pumatay talaga whatsoever. All he needed to do was to make sure na naka-stun si Hayabusa so that the retribution will be in favor of the Eagles when it comes to taking that turtle. Eventually, nakakuha ng magandang kills ang Eagles dahil na rin sa damage output ni Jake the Dog. And STE Olympians should be respecting their damage output at the early stages.
Ryota dito, he gets caught out pero nandun yung shields and it will save him. Sabihin na lang natin dito na kailangan na rin mag-abang ng LPE sa mga gagawin ni Bimo kasi nga ito yung tinatawag natin Lunok Show combination eh. Pag may na-way of the dragon, automatic chaos darkening tapos babatuhan na ng pellet gun. Pag nabatuhan na ng pellet gun, oras na yun para tanggapin sa sarili mo na mag-respond ka na.
Ilista mo na,
Ilista mo
Ryota!
na. And that is one of the things that you really have to look at. Kung babasin naman dito yung LPE Wolf, hindi naman sila nag-realize sa stunts eh. Isang slow lang dito ni Aspect, okay na sila and bobombahin ka na nila ng kanilang superior damage output.
No more other their shields, pero magpupush pa rin si Aspect at si Jake the Dog dito. Si Dev is trying to do his best to defend this, but tingnan mo naman, yung mga kalmot dito na Roger, and now you're in trouble, Dev. Oh my god, bad decisioning from this Khalid.
And as you can see right now, magkakatumbahan sila and Dev will go down. Dian and Escanor, they want to fight. Gusto pa nila labanan dito pero I don't think this is a good idea. Andito si Aspect, andito si Arbs. Lahat ng pang-counter sa kanilang dito side na to and they will just back off. Papansinin mo, nakita nila agad nandun yung Hayabusa sa taas. What do they do? Kukunin mo agad yung Turtle Wolf. This is being very proactive doon sa may mapa.
The fact na nagstay ng tagat sa top lane, eventually namatay siya pero ang tagal, dami niyang namatay. Oh, yung Torre na ikipa ni Bimo, that was a very nice defense and you mentioned this, Butters, yung trade-off ng isang kill dun sa may top lane, Ryota. Yes, they gave that up, pero ang kapalit, instead na lumaban sila when it comes to teamfight, nag-turtle na lang sila. That was a really nice decision from the Eagles. And look at Bimo, saktong-sakto din kasi alam niya na umaatake na yung minions ngayon eh. Meron na silang alert mechanism. Kaya naman siya yung inuna instead of the turret. That's why they are also able to keep their turret top lane once again.
Oh, pero bibigyan na nila kay Hilda yon kasi Hilda, yan na yung gagawin niya eh. Di na siya mag-aantay ng minions. He will try to take it down kasi kaya niya din naman mag-regen sa sarili niyang bush. So, Holy Crystal for Jake the Dog. Mabilis-bilis to. Bimo really wants Dian. And Dian dito mapapatakbo. Pero pantay ang ating galawan ngayon, Wolf, in terms of the turrets. 1-1 tayo, opposite sides of the map. But in terms of the turtle, of the goal, kung paano sinesecure yung mga bagay-bagay, you have to look at LPE Eagles. Talaga nahuli nila si Dian dito. They will jump straight for Dian. Dian, they really want that kill. Bimo dito, siya mahuhuli ng Raging Sandstorm and mag-disengage na sila. Very nice play from both teams doon, realizing na kaya nilang tumulong at kaya nilang pumatay and it created into a very, sabihin na lang natin, equal setup.
One thing that's not equal though, Butters, is nakakuha tayo ng mas maraming tore para sa Eagles, 2-1. It also means na mas marami ang kanila nakuha ang gold. Not only that, we also have to take note that two turtles went in favor of the Eagles. They're trying to pressure top, and they want to go for Escanor.
Papansin mo dito, talagang binibigay na lang ng STIE Olympians ang kanilang mga turrets dito. They know that they're having a hard time dito sa early game nila and Wolf looking at it. Sinabi nga natin na medyo awkward ang magiging late game dito ng STIE Olympians. Pero still, hindi nila nakuha yung early game tempo na gusto nila.
Ayun, Eagles are feeling confident now. Yung purple buff binibigyan na nila kay Harith. This is Jake the Dog with 3, 0, and 2. On this Harith may purple buff and a mystery shop. So at 8 minutes, I would think na dalawa na yung items yan. It's either Calamity Reaper and perhaps Weather of Heaven already. Ayun, nakaka-crystal. Napakayaman po ni Jake the Dog ngayon. Kaibigan.
And ganyan talagang Harith eh. Ganyan ang nature ng Harith. Naka-mystery shop siya. Bigyan mo siya ng 2 kill, 3 kill. Yan yung nangyayari. And ayaw mo din naman kasing ibigay yung isang late part. Yung mga ganito, yung hindi siya napapansin, nakapag-kill siya ng turrets. You know that a Harith is good at those kinds of positions na hindi talaga siya mapapansin. Pwede ko bebe na din, Wolf. Kakasabi mo lang.
Oh my God. 3 items at 8 minutes. gonna have to be scared if you're STIE Olympians. Sabihin na natin hindi ganun ka nakakatakot ang Harith at this point, pero kung 3 minutes at kung hindi na may Hayabusa, isa lang, knife lang, nako po, doon ka na mayayari, and that's Hilda going down.
Naka-Hunter's Knife at saka naka-Raptor's Machete.
Oh.
But things don't look good for the side of STIE Olympians. They had all early game para i-turn yung papuntahin yung tides in favor of them. But now, Eagles, dahil sa lineup na ginawa nila, it's their time. And look at that, Falling Star
Oh my God.
out 3 and Raging Sandstorm will actually deny a lot of the chase potential na meron dito yung side ng LPE. Pero sabi ni Jake the Dog, if ever of heaven ako, meron akong Calamity Reaper, meron akong Holy Crystal, pero tatakbo pa rin ako kasi respeto pa rin.
That's at 8 minutes, makakuha finally, 9 minutes makakuha finally ng Torre. Yato, natalunan pa! Naku po, makakatakas ba siya? Oh, does he have enough? I don't think so.
Bimo? Oh, look at Bimo with the knockup.
Oh my God.
Wala ng quad shadow to. Tatakbo dito si Bimo and Bimo will get chased down by Dian. Pero Dian dito, will he pay the price? Yes, he will. Hindi kaya ng region mo yan. That is going to be Jake the Dog in aspect. Plus arms. Tatlong main damage dealer. Bumakap kay Dian. That is not gonna work well para sa isang Hilda. Even if sabihin mong Hilda pa siya.
Oh man, this is a free pass to the Lord para sa Eagles. Patuloy na patuloy, kukuha ng concentrated energy na. And this is a race ng dalawang naka-mystery shop na mages, na side laning mages natin. Kram is 0-0 and 3. Only up with 3 items ngayon. 4 na yung items nitong ating Harith with 8.2k. That is massive para sa Eagles. I'm gonna wonder, even the Roger na merong DHS as well as Endless Battle ngayon, palapit na sa BOD, kaya bang makipagsabay na Yato dito? Obviously, the answer is no. Kailangan pa niya ng mas maraming items, but Eagles, they're not letting the STIE Olympian squad to get the items ngayon. Hindi na sila napapafarm.
Holy Star Moon catches out 3, ladies and gentlemen, the Bimo dito with a kill. And look at this, Roger dito getting the kill on Deb. Deb dito will go down. Alice ang susunod na lalaban and they don't have their main source of wave clear. Pero nagawa pa rin ng STIE Olympians yung trabaho nila. Natanggal nila yung minions and here comes the second wave. Kakayanin ba ni Yato to? Kakayanin ba ni Escanor? Escanor, patalon doon sa may top turret. But right now, look at Yato. Yato, sinusubukan niya talaga i-take down yung minions. Pero sabi dito ng LPE, amin na to. They head straight for that base and they get the victory. That is game 1 going to the side of LPE.
And clinical approach coming out from the Eagles, and that is how you do it. Alam nila kung ano ang dapat nilang gawin dito sa ating laban. They know their win conditions. They have understood their path to victory, which is to be aggressive. Una sa lahat, the Butters, inabuse nila yung fact na double tank setup ito sa side ng SIE Olympians, which we know worked before. Last year nga lang yun. Last year or even more than a year ago, gumagana ang double tank setup. Now, it is way too slow. It is very good when it comes to overtaking the jungle sa mga unang beses. Pero pag nag-level 2 na yung support ng kabilang team, which is, in this case, is the Lunox, as nagkaroon na rin ng level sa itong tank ng kabilang team, biglang mahina yung double tank setup na. Kasi, pareha sila level 1, hindi sila ganun kalakas when it comes to dealing the damage anymore. Oo, makunat sila, pero palitan lang ng, kung trade-off lang ng mga skills, ay lugi sila. Plus, hindi nila ganun ka natutulungan yung kanilang jungler para makapag-farm. In fact, the Eagles, they also utilize etong si Ryota from the side lane to the middle, to the jungle, para naman mapuwersa itong si Yato. And from then, Butters, hindi na nakahinga ang STIE Olympians.
Okay. STIE Olympians, alam nila yung sa sarili nila kung anong gagawin nila. It's just that si Bimo, alam mo yung pinaka-first step doon yung nag-trade si Bimo tsaka si Deb? Kasi papasok na sila doon sa gubat nung Roger eh. Gusto na nila guluhin yung Roger. Gusto na nila i-take down yung Roger. The only problem is, nakipagsuntukan doon si Bimo kay Deb. Tapos, bumaba yung buhay ni Deb. So, ibig sabihin, yung Hilda na lang, yung possible na lalapit, and kaya siya i-account for ng isang Roger at ng isang lunok. So, ibig sabihin doon, from the get-go pa lang, siniset up na ng LPE yung blueprint sila para makuha yung pagkapanalo. Maganda yung plano ng SEO, pero handa lang talaga yung LPE. Let's throw it to the highlights para makita natin kung ano nga ba mga nangyari sila.
It's all about pressure in the early stages. Nakikita natin kahit si Aspect and Jake the Dog combining for the skill onto the thumbs. There's a lot of emphasis for the Eagles to control this bottom part of the map as well. Si Bimo, ito lang yung sabihin natin masyado siya maasim na ginawa. But SEIE Olympians also adjusted accordingly. And look at that stun from Bimo isolating this Hayabusa para yung retribution ay nandoon lang kay Aspect. This also made it sure na nanalo sila sa clash. And look at the two-tank setup. Wala na silang nagagawa at this point. Makunat nga sila, yes, but where's the damage? Where's the harass potential? Where's the poke? It's not happening from SEO Olympians, kaya naman doon sila nangyari.
Kailangan mo pa rin dito ng tamang balanse. Yung pagiging makunat, gumagana yan sa first few stages of the game. Pero kapag ganito na, may mga damage na yung kalaban mo. And I do think that the Roger pick was the bane to the existence of the draft dito ng SEO Olympians. Kung papansinin mo, yung mga buhay nila dito, kung walang Roger tong side na to, it would have been great.
Yeah.
Pero kasi, ang magiging problema mo naman dyan is kapag ka merong consistent orange buff, etong Roger, alam mo na kung ano mangyayari sa mga walang buhay mong members or yung mga half-life na sobrang taas ng buhay nila tapos nasa half health na lang sila. Alam mo na may paglalagyan sila sa isang Roger.
You look at Ryota's confidence even. Kasi alam niyo may follow-up kay Bimo. Siya na yung nagsimula tapos si Bimo na yung follow-up knock-up. And then obviously the damage coming out from both the Roger and the Harith was overwhelming for STIE Olympians to deal with. And that's eventually what happened in the game. Kapisadong dapat gawin. Jake the Dog, 4-0-7, held his ground. Wonderful control of the Harith sa bottom lane. Hindi nagpa-push. In fact, nakakuha siya ng 4 na items in a span of 9-10 minutes? And that is already incredibly difficult kahit sa kaninong team na harapin ang isang Harith na 4 items na agad.
And you know what, Wolf, LPE, even though Jake the Dog is the MVP of the game, well-deserved, I just think na yung buong team ngayon is ano mo yun, para silang gears na hindi sila nag-work individually. They are working as a unit and nagpapatakbo sila ng isa talagang makina na talagang gumagana na para sa kanila ngayon ng mas maayos. And let's just throw it to a break, ladies and gentlemen. I am out of words. Ang ganda nung game ngayon. STIE Olympians, they still do have a chance to take us to a game number 3. LPE takes game number 1 and they are at match point. Kami nga pala yung Shoutcasters. I am Butters. Nama ko si Wolf. Babalik kami for the Nationals MLBB Season 2, Day 14. And we are back. Sabi naman namin short break lang yun eh. So, babalik kami ngayon for game number 2. And match point LPE, SEIE Olympians still has a chance to take this to game number 3. Kami pa rin yung magiging Shoutcasters for game number 2. I am Butters and I am with Wolf. Wolf, usapan naman natin ngayon kung ano nga ba yung mga certain adjustments na magagawa ng SEO dito to win that game. Drafting problem ba to? Was it the execution? Ano nga ba nangyari?
Isa lang naman ang problema ko doon sa draft. I think yung combination siguro ng Alice, the combination of the tanks. Yun lang siguro. Maybe if this was something like a mage plus a tank, it would be different. Alam mo, naisip ko nga, what if Kadita and Hilda to, tapos ilagay mo yung Khalid sa side lanes, Khalid and Alice, it's a really solid side lane setup. Meron kang playmaker Khalid, meron kang late gamer Alice, it would have been perfect. Kaso nag-decide ang Eagles na hindi ganun ang kanilang choice and that's where they struggled. It was clear and evident na luging-lugi sila sa damage department from the supporting role.
And ito Hilda na ang tinanggal dito agad ng SEIE Olympians. But for the side of Eagles, ayaw pa rin nila sa bilhin. First pick material talaga kasi.
Oo.
They are pulihin, first pick material, SEIE Olympians taking out the Esmeralda. Ayaw na nila makita yan kay Ryota.
And Eagles, I know this team, they will still not veer away from banning out the Ling. Pero baka unahin mo na lang yung Brody. As it is a hero na you don't really want to give it to your opponents. It's just so difficult to deal with. So many problems that it presents. So baka yan ang maging choice ng Eagles to ban out. It's Johead.
Wow. Johead, yeah, yung disruptive capability, ayaw mo din naman bigyan si aspect ng mahirap na buhay. Kumbaga, kung nagkatanggalan na ng kill, tatanggalin mo na din yung Johead. Para, alam mo yon, meron ng peace of mind yung mid laner or jungler na hindi walang tatalon para sa kanya o walang mag-delay ng kanyang pag-take ng buff.
Ooh. That is 100% sure na may malaking emphasis din even in the previous games. I was surprised though na hindi natin napansin hindi pinapansin masyado na ang Parats sa ngayon. I think teams are slowly understanding how to deal and mess against this hero, and this exactly is what is happening now.
And Brody, no?
Sila mismo nagban. Oh. They're eyeing for the Ling. I think they are eyeing for Ling at this point.
Para kay Yato.
That's right.
Technically kasi kapag may chance ka kumuha ng Ling, ikaw ang usually ang papaban mo dyan yung kabila. You have a lot of options. Pero para dito sa SEO Olympics, siguro hindi lang sila talaga alam mo yun, kumbaga hindi lang talaga sila inclined into getting a Brody.
Yeah. Even with the first pick. Selena is available. I think both teams will consider that.
Natalia din.
Natalia is also available. That's right. Kung ang SEO Olympics ay kukuha ng Selena ngayon, ito na yung mga times na masasabi nating Parats is a great pick. Because Parats, it just works wonders. Now, Harith, I think you go Khalid, Alice now if you're Eagles.
They will actually steal yung Ling dito. And they get a direct answer agad for that carry. Yung Lunox. So kasi for the longest time, yan yung pinag-uusapan natin, Wolf. Kung hindi mo kaya ma-stun yung Harith, umanap ka ng isang damage dealer na significant amount yung damage at hindi yung dodge ng isang Harith.
Yeah. So Khalid, Thumbs, pick up for SEO Olympians. Nung nakita yung Eagles, hindi sila mahihiya na kumuha ng Alice pa rin. So that's one thing that they can also consider. But I'm also feeling the Cho now para sa Eagles. As it worked before, it will work again, I'm sure. And sa mga heroes na lagi din ginagamit ni Bimo, you don't want to run out of heroes for Bimo at this point. Ayaw mo mangyari na bigla siya mag-aakay or anything or back siya. Kind of want to get the chode at this point so that you just have secured your tank setup.
Barats.
Your team is
Okay, so maganda yung laning na nila dito sa isang side. You just have to look at it in a way na kung fighter o kung side laner ba itong Lunox na to or magiging support.
Yeah.
Kasi pwede, kung iisipin mo kung Barats at side lane Lunox, madali nila makukuha yung mga level 4 nila, mabilis silang makakalaban dito.
Yung Barats ay isang hero na normally it struggles against Ling and the Lunox. Just because of the fact na yung Ling ay may Tempest of Blades kaya hindi sure yung Detone as welcome. Tapos yung Lunox, it has so much percent based damage na based sa HP ng kalaban. So that's just perfect against Lunox. It's a tank shredder as we know. So, ngayon, ang problema na lang itong Barats ay 1-1. Ang ganda ng progression of picks from the Eagles and it allowed them to have a good Barats game at this point.
And Eudora, ang tatanggalin nila, ayaw nila na may panghuli sa Ling. And this is one proven and tested Ling Slayer. Mahuli ka lang nung, yung stun ng isang Eudora, that's most certainly gonna be your demise. Kasi set up yan eh. Setup ng Khalid, setup ng Tam, setup ng any kind of burst damage yung manggagaling sa SEO Olympics. And scaling hero din, magiging malakas din yan against sa Lunox na makapag-order of Brilliant. So, a lot of coverage from the Eudora was banned out here from the side of LPE Eagles.
Oh man, this is tricky. This is tricky, at least for STIE Olympians. Kasi, Butters, ang mangyayari ay kailangan nilang mag-isip ng hero na magdi-deal doon sa Parats and Ling, and we mentioned this kanina, Butters. 1-1 is another hero that you don't like kapag ikaw ay Barats, but Eagles, they've decided, okay, let's take this for our team. Now, wanna say, masyadong greedy to para sa Eagles. So they might look for that last hero na dapat ay pumapalag sa early stages. And you know, of all the choices that I can think of, it could even be something like a Yu Zhong para sa nila, or something like X-Borg.
Oh, sabi dito na STA Olympians, Jason Shin kaya? Jason Shin kaya ang kunin natin dito? Labanan kaya natin sila in terms of scaling? Kasi tinitignan dito, meron silang isang tempo setter on the lane at meron silang late game insurance kay 1-1. And they go for it. Ang problema ko lang dito, Wolf, wala silang single target disable. And I think si Ling dito is going to have a great game.
Oh man. I wonder what the tank choice here is. Hindi na pala pwede mag-use ang Eagles since they already set their side lanes. They need a tank now. Since nakuha na yung Akai dito, they might go Baksha actually. And Baksha is... Oh my god. No way.
They countered
No way.
every single...
It's so good.
Oo nga eh. Na-counter nila yung every single answer na meron ditong SAE Olympians for catching up that Ling. Even yung Akai, naging non-factor na yung Hurricane Dance dito as long as nandun yung Digi sa paligid.
And they are fine with a no tank setup kasi meron naman silang Barats that will act as a side lane but eventually will become the tank for the team. Siya yung nasa front lines, and wow, this is amazing. I am actually shocked that this happened. However, hindi pa rin gano'ng kadali, Butters. Malaki pa rin ang question mark dito sa pagiging greedy ng composition ng Eagles. They still have 1-1 and Ling. Might be struggling laban sa tempo if tama ang pagkakagamit dito ng side ng SEO Olympians. However, it's also difficult.
Ang tinitignan ko dito kasi, Wolf, is magkasama yung Ling tsaka yung 1-1 at saka yung Digi sa may gold lane. Ang gagawin lang nila is zone out nila kung sino man yung fighter na harap dun sa may 1-1 and hindi na yun makakagalaw. Yun yung potential talaga kasi ng Digi in the early stages of the game. 3 bombs kasi yun eh, di ba? So, ibig sabihin with the reverse time, lumaline up din ng maayos yung stun ng 1-1. So, if ever madali silang makahuli at madali din sila makapag-punish ng kills, makapag-punish ng aggression coming out from the side of STAE Olympians. For the side of STAE Olympians naman, kaya naman nilang magkaroon ng mabilis na rotations dito if they want. Yeah.
I want to say this could potentially be a standard na Digi setup, which means na hindi to yung feeding Digi strategy. But just want to tell everybody na just recently, nakita tayo ng Digi strategy, na feeding Digi strategy that was exactly a week ago. And it might happen again. We'll find out as we jump into the game.
I don't think that will be the case kasi hindi naka-retry. Hindi siya naka-retribution dito. And usually kasi retry na yung ginagawa. But it is still a possibility.
Naka-concussive blast siya.
Oo, naka-concussive blast siya dito. Pero hindi nila gagawin yung setup na yun. Hahayaan nila dito si Jake the Dog na makipag 1v1 sa isang camps. So, ang gagawin nila, talagang kukulitin nila dito si Dian. Parang hindi, si Yato at si Dian, parang hindi nila makuha yung potential nila. So, ibig sabihin, one bird hits 2 stones, to 3. Baliktad. Kasi yung
what a flame shot mula kay Bimo.
Grabe naman yun. Lahat ng pinaghirapan ni Deb. Kaya ito na nga, mukhang feeding, Digi strat.
We'll find out. We'll explain that slowly. So, the feeding Digi strategy right now ay ina-abuse yung Young again. nitong si Diggy at yung fact na lumiliit ang gold at EXP na nakakuha ng players sa pag-kill ng sunod-sunod. Kapag walang pag-dire-diretso ang deaths ng isang hero, nalapas sila at yun ang nangyayari. This is a feeding Diggy strategy. Oh my God.
Yato dito, napipigilan siya para kunin yung kanyang orange buff, and this is a Digi feeding strat. The Nationals dito, this is the first time I think na magagamit na the Nationals to.
That is right. Might be the only time as teams will start to consider this. So, nakikita nyo kung gaano ka bad trip itong ating Diggy. What you just do is to continuously feed kasi nga naman, nag-diminish yung gold na nakuha mo every death, every succeeding death. So, right now, yung SEO Olympians, lumalamang sila sa gold. Pero kung titingnan mong maigi, hindi ganun kaganda yung nakukuha nilang quality ng gold. Kasi if you're looking at Yato, he's just level 3. And if you're looking at Aspect, level 4 na siya.
At nadigi sila dito. Wala silang hero na kumukuha ng kahit anong stack. Yung Festival of Blood na kay Escanor at kay Cram. So, ibig sabihin dito, they're not really getting anything from this anymore. Pero kung papansinin mo si Escanor naman yung napagtrapan dito, si Ryota nandito sa may pinakalikod and he is trying to catch Escanor. Escanor dito, Daytona, si Welcome Flicker out and that is going to be his demise. Bimo naman dito, onto the backline. Sige natin dito, Dian, naipit na siya and the bomb is there. Pero the bomb will just pop. Deb naman dito, talagang hinuhuli lang sila ni Bimo. And that is going to be the mid lane turret. Nawawalan ng shield to. I'm not really sure kung matatanggal nila mismo yung turret. Pero still, that is 100% a win on the side of LPE.
Si Jake the Dog popping yung kanyang Aegis and will be safe for now. Doesn't have the ultimate. At least hindi na niya lang din ginamit kasi alam niya na he is absolutely dead anyways.
And this is a new variant, ladies and gentlemen, ng Digi feeding strat.
Concussive Blast as well
Concussive
as
Blast and the Flame Shot.
Flame Shot.
Hindi mo usually nakikita to. Ang nakikita mo is Mystery Shop at Retribution.
Yeah. So what you can expect now guys is tuloy lang ng patuloy na magpapapatay etong si Digi abusing yung Young Again passive na nagre-response siya kung saan siya tumigil. Might be able to punish this. Hindi lang niya hayaang mag-farm ito si Yato. Na-crash in the middle of Dian is gonna be taken out. Killing spree na si Arps and si Aspect. Tignan nyo yung difference ng Ling and ng ating Yisun Shin.
Nakita mo yung
2 levels of a gap.
Nakita mo yung nangyari Wolf dun sa Harry. Yung nag-chrono dash siya, kasi technically ang chrono dash, hindi siya mag-cooldown hanggat hindi mo siya napapalo, di ba? Hindi mo siya nababato.
Oo.
Nung nag-Order of Brilliance at nung nag-Tempest of Blades, yes, nakapag-chrono dash siya, pero wala siyang ma-physical attack. So, ibig sabihin, hindi din gumagana yung cooldown kahit nasa Zaman 4 siya. So, that was a lot of things to consider dun sa mga play na yon, and that was the reason why nahuli na lang si Dian dun ng harapan.
With all due fairness para sa STI Olympians, hindi sila nagpapanik. They are keeping the farm onto their side lanes and that's what you need to do in this situation. Don't let your side lanes na mababa yung farm. Kailangan pumalag ka pa rin.
Because that's how you actually deal with the Digi strat. Yung Digi strat, maano din yan eh. Kumbaga, early game, masakit talaga sa ulo yan. Pero pag mid game, late game, it's not going to be a problem anymore. Kasi nga, nagkakaroon tayo dito ng idea na tumatagal yung game. Kahit sabihin mo nagugulo kapag tumatagal yung game, meron ka pa rin gold na nakukuha eh. Hindi kasing bilis na ina-expect mo, pero makakuha ka pa rin ng item. Kailangan magtiwala dito ng STA Olympians sa kaya nilang dalhin ng late game to para hindi na maging factor yung Ligi.
In the previous patches, there will come a time na mas zero literally na yung nakuha mong golden EXP kapag nag-8 deaths na ang isang Digi. For now, there's a minimum which is I think 50 gold as well as 30 EXP.
That's literally 1 minion.
That is 1 minion.
That is 1 minion. Yun yung katumbas dun.
Oo. So every death now para kay Bimo, unless makakuha siya ng isang kill, magre-reset yung counter na yun. But until then, he still is considered a minion. Kung makita mo yung kill na yun kay Yato, it's nothing. Level 7 pa lang din itong ating Yisun Shin at ginugulo lang siya nitong Digi with this Young Again passive, pati na rin yung 3 dance if I'm not mistaken. Looking at Aspect is level 9 already.
Alam mo, in a way, Wolf, yung LPE dito, alam mo kahit lamang sila ngayon, may mga factors ka rin na kailangan tignan sa kanila na hindi nila talaga napapanalo totally. Etong big strat nila, nakukuhaan sila ng turtle, wala pa sila masyadong turrets na nakukuha dito, isa pa lang. So ibig sabihin, napapatagal talaga dito na SEO Olympians yung laro. Jake the Dog dito, siya yung pinakamagiging target ni Dian dito. Getting ahead on the Chaos Darkening dito, the bolts are there. And look at that mega kill dito para doon sa may Lunox, Yato dito will be the next target. And Ling! Killing
Oh
spree!
my God.
Ito, at least ngayon makakuha sila ng turret, at least ngayon makakontrol nila. Alam din na LPE Eagles ngayon na hindi nila pwedeng patagalin tong larong to eh.
This is the time of the digging now. 6 minutes in, lamang na 2,000 ang Eagles. And not only that, Butters, you gonna have to consider yung gap ng mga cores, particularly Ling versus Season Chin. Yato is 6-2-3. Wonder, obviously, kung ano yung mga kills nila, but that might just have come from the Diggy self. And yung purple buff na nakakaw pa ni Bimo, that is devastating. 7 minutes in.
SEA Olympians dito, I like what you pointed out. Talagang sabihin na lang natin na nag-hold on sila dito. Hindi sila nawawalan ng composure, talagang lumalaban sila. Baga, isa lang to eh, may phases din naman ang game na to. Wag mo lang ibigay yung tore. Yun yung pinapairal dito ng SEA Olympians. Wag natin ibigay yung tore sa kanila. Yes, nakakalamang sila ngayon. Yes, si Aspect ngayon, nakakagala ng freely. Kung naman gusto nyo gawin, yung 1-1 nila nagkakaroon din ng item. Pero tatandaan natin na kapag hindi tayo nag-breakdown dito at hindi natin binigay yung turret sa kanila at yung mapa at yung jungle natin, kaya pa natin bumawi.
Woo! And that is absolutely true. I have seen teams overcome this league strategy. And all you have to do is to solidify your farm side lanes, get more cores over your opponents. Bimo, use the ultimate.
Aspect pumasok doon, kinuha si Yato. And Yato dito will be going down. Aspect doon. Full yung buff niya. And 1-1 dito with a crossbow of Tang. Escanor dito magiging target. That is the Iconos welcome. And that is the Khalid going down. Eagles dito. Sila Cram. Nakatutok pa rin sila sa pagdepensa. Kahit natalo na sila dito, may mga tao pa rin na gusto magdepensa sa side nila. So yung losses nila dito, makakat nila kahit papano. And that is going down. And I spoke too soon, ladies and gentlemen.
Too soon indeed.
STIE Olympians, they fell into the pressure. Kahit may Zaman first doon, hindi niya kaya yung damage output ngayon kasi lahat nakatutok sa kanya eh. Walang malakas sa lima.
He might be thinking na siguro he's considered a support, hindi ganun ka-deadly, but every single hero matters so much ngayon para sa STIE Olympians. Did everything that they could. There's nothing that's stopping Bimo now. Naging pesky. Pati yung orange buff. Naupo na naman ng Eagles. And Yato is famished. Level 9. 7-3-3. Compare mo yan sa 4-0-3 nitong Ling. Level 12 at this point. The gap is just getting bigger and bigger by the minute, Butters.
Ito na. Nag-collapse na dito yung pressure pumasok na sa utak ng STE Olympians because of one kill on Dian. Yun nga sinasabi, Wolf, support lang naman yun, pero ang laki ng implication sa mga losses dito para sa side ng STE Olympians kasi nga nung na-takedown siya, mas naging confident yung ibang heroes na pumunta sa magkabilang side. So right now, the only turrets that are up are the inner turrets dito for STE Olympians and they get a kill on that.
Oh my.
Wow.
Tingnan mo si Aspect. Oh my God.
And Dian dito, na-reverse time na naman siya. And the Lord is the next target dito for the side of LPE. Tignan natin dito, 19 seconds till that Lord at nag-aabang na dito sila Aspect. Gusto na nila kunin to. Andun sa kabilang side, kumukuha ng orange buff dito. Ang isang 1-1. Tignan natin kung paano gagalawan ng SAE Olympians tong Lord take na to. This is very important for them. Kung matatanggal nila to, kung masi-set up nila na makuha nila to, they will delay, they will extend the game kahit papano, and they might just make it to the late game.
It's gonna be difficult. Wind of Nature is now available para kay Jake the Dogs para pwede siyang makipagsabayang bigas, not only with the Eastern Chin but also against the Tams and this physical base na composition ng Olympians. Honestly, yung talagang magic damage na nakuha nila dito was Chrono Dash and Synchro Vision perhaps. Pero majority of their damage are physical. Kaya naman, itong Wind of Nature ay sulit para sa Eagles. I will not be surprised if mag-antikiras dito para si Aspect as well as Jake the Dog is to seal the deal. At hindi na nakakuha ng buffs, mga kaibigan, itong ating jungler para sa na Yisen Jin para sa FTI Olympians.
A lot of things are going on for the side of Eagles at SKE Olympians. Isa lang ang goal in mind nila ngayon. Keep them out of the base. Huwag mo sila ipag-push. Clear nyo yung minion waves agad-agad. Huwag nyo nang patagalin yung lord dito kasi nagiging mas malakas ang minions sila. Enemy turret has been destroyed. Middle lane was given up dito and that is Dian going down. Escanor dito. Ang pinaka-next target will this be a 2-0. Dev dito sila Ryota nag-TP na and look at that. The Lord is still alive. Yung Lord nag-back up na doon. Nag-top take. Tignan natin dito kung makakapag-defend pa ba sila. Aspect going in straight for the base and that is going to be it. LPE with a 2-0 against SEO. I did not expect this in any way. Akala natin, ladies and gentlemen, naabot tayo ng 3 games but still, ginulat tayo ng Eagles. They went for a big strat and they never looked back and it's a 2-0, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, the Eagles decided, okay, let's use the Diggy this time at gamitin natin instead. Eagles choosing the Owl, yung itlog na nakakabwisit. And you know what, Bimo? You got a kill sa dulo nga lang at hindi na nagmamatter yun in the end. This is the idea on how you execute the Diggy strategy, the feeding Diggy strategy, which is just you continuously feeding your Diggy, abusing yung young again passive. Tapos, yung fact na kapag ikaw ay tuloy-tuloy na namamatay, hindi ka, nababawasan yung gold na ibibigay mo sa kalaban up to the point na 50 gold, 30 XP na lang, which is literally nothing at that point. Even if you die so constantly, okay lang. Ang nangyari para kay Yato, even when he gets 7 kills, hindi niyan magiging kaparehas ng gold na nakuha mo out of farming the minions as well as the creeps, the jungle creeps. Kapag ikaw ay tuloy-tuloy na napipigilan sa pag-take mo ng jungle camps as well as those minions, hindi ka talaga mapag-farm. And Yato, as much as he could, hindi niya kakayanin mag-farm, na i-overtake yung farm, yung Aspect at ni Jake the Dog. Sinabi natin na greedy ang lineup ng Eagles. Kaya naman pala, kasi meron silang Diggy strategy.
And yun yung nag-set ng foundation para tumakbo yung kanilang lineup ng mas maayos. Kumbaga kasi, nagkakaroon din ng mindset na kailangan ko ba tulungan itong side lane ko or itong mid laner ko. Kasi kahit sabihin natin na in terms of lane, si Jake the Dog going up against 1v1 ng Tams, makikita mo rin doon yung pinaka-idea na parang may digi doon eh. So tutulong ba ako o hindi? So parang nasa-separate na, nade-divide na yung attention mo into the lane and to even just, helping out your teammates. So let's head into the highlights. Tignan natin kung paano nga ba kinumand ng Diggy ang buong mapa for SE.
Wonder what the highlights will be actually.
Oo nga eh, maramdam ko po. Tingnan mo kung papansinin mo, ang ganda talaga eh. Maganda to for the side of SEO Olympians eh, kasi ang dami talaga nila makukuhang kill. Pero LPE, nung nakuha nila yung level 4 nila, nakita nila, na-realize sila dito na level 3 pa rin yung mga supports and tanks dito ng side ng SEO Olympians. Naging aggressive na sila agad, hindi nila pinhinayaan, hindi sila nagsayang ng oras. They went straight into getting yung kanilang mga pick-offs, yung mga flashes nila, mga skirmishes nila, gusto nila yun.
I kind of want to say na para sa Eagles naman, hindi lang yung Diggy strategy yung tamang ginawa nila dito kasi they also were putting a lot of emphasis into taking over the jungle camps, which actually prevented Yato from getting so much farm in this game. And that also allowed na si Aspect ay makapag-farm ng maganda. Salamat. Kasi parang pupunta na lang siya doon para mag-prep up. And tingnan mo si Bimo. He just kept on playing on the STI Olympians part of the map, which also eventually meant na itong sila Kram, itong sila Escanor, kinakailangan nilang tumulong agad, which also hampered yung kanilang pagkaroon ng farms sa may sideline. So, eventually, the economy just went in favor of the Eagles. It's definitely difficult to play against this feeding diggy strategy. Unfortunately, para sa STIE Olympians, kinapos sila dito sa series na to laban sa Eagles.
And man, oh man, kung nakita nyo lang kung paano gumalaw tong game na to, kala natin dadalhin talaga nila tayo sa game number 3, but STIE Olympians, they weren't prepared. LPE, ginawa nila yung homework nila dito. Nag-aral talaga sila kung paano gumagalaw ang lineup dito ng SEO, and they will get themselves 3 points for this certain series.
It's establishing their position sa may sa may playoffs at least. Not the upper bracket pa lang. They need more. They will have another match against SMO tomorrow, and SMO better be prepared about this. It's gonna be difficult for their team, pero we'll find out though. Para naman sa SAE Olympians, that was the last game of their group stages.
And naririnig ko na ang ating mga League Ops na tumatawa ngayon. Dahil MVP of the game, LPE Bimo, with 1-11-10. Pero yung 1-11-10 na yan, hindi yan sukat ng sabihin natin panggugulo na ginawa niya doon sa side ng SEO. Yung 1-11-10 na yan, kung sakit sa ulo ang usapan, 150%.
Oh my God. I agree. I completely agree. I don't ever... Sabi nga nila you wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy.
So, Wolf, kung meron tayong exercise dito na sakit sa ulo, ilang percent? 150%.
Oo. And, I wanna say, Bimo, ang maganda sa ginawa niya, hindi niya in-overdo yung mga bagay. He didn't overdo it. That meant that LPE wasn't punished at all from this. Kasi some other Digi strategy players, parang sasabihin nila na para ma-overextend sila or they're gonna overdo it to the point na mapakasama siya para sa team. What Bimo did was exceptional. He just made it sure na they will take the victory, and that's it. Parang napaka-simple nung concept, but at the same time, ang masterful ng execution para sa Eagles. The drafting was also perfect. We thought that this lineup of Eagles is based on Barats. Kasi yung mga pinik nila, mga deny pick, para hindi mo kontra yung Barats. So parang inisip mo, ay, Barats ang ginagawang parang centerpiece ng Eagles. Pero hindi pala. Link pala, 1-1 pala, yung greedy lineup nila ay na-amplify dahil sa Bimo Iggy.
Akala lang natin, pero marami ang naluloko. Maling akala talaga, Wolf. Akala lang natin yan. And this is your match results for today. Parehong 2-0. And let's look at the team standings dito. LPE at 15. SAE Olympians 15 din sila. Smart Omega sitting at top with 21 points. Bren E Pro 18 points. Ladies and gentlemen, God. 2 more wins away. 1-2-0 away from tying it up sa Smart Omega. Elvin Emperors still at...
Here's the thing. Listen to me, Butters.
Ano yan?
You know, ang Signal Ultra Warriors ay may isa pang laro. Ang STIE Olympians ay wala ng laro. Tomorrow, the Warriors will go up against the Emperors, and they have a straight-up chance to tie it up sa side ng STIE Olympians. And that means that it will be interesting. And Happy Feet Emperors is a team that Signal Ultra Warriors have defeated before. We'll find out kung ano ba mangyayari tomorrow. Man, this made the Nationals group standings ever so interesting.
Kasing gulo ng Digistrat ang nangyari dito sa ating standings ngayon, and we will know tomorrow kung sino nga ba ang deserving, kung sino nga ba ang pupunta ng playoffs, at kung sino nga ba ang mag-end ang journey sa group stages pa lang. That is it for us for day 14. Maraming salamat sa pagsama sa amin ni Wolf. Ako nga pala si Butter, siya pa nga pala si Wolf, and actually mali yung entrada ko doon, but still okay lang yan, ladies and gentlemen. This is the National Season 2 Mobile Legends Bang Bang Day 14. And we are signing off. Maraming salamat sa panonood and we'll catch you tomorrow.
And we're back now here in the Nationals. Once again, my name is Vil, your host for today. And together with me is our casters, Butters, and the Wolf. Pero bago natin sila talungin mga kaibigan, ni-interviewin muna natin yung nanalo kanina, which is si LPE. And apparently, andito ang ating MVP, which is si Bimo. Alright, good evening, Mr. Bimo. Bro, kamusta?
Okay lang naman.
And alright. Here we go. We have a Bimo right here. Parang man of few words si Bimo mga kaibigan. Pero kitang-kita na medyo chill lang siya, di ba? Pero I have a few questions for you, bro. First question is, you have 2 days of break or preparation for your match against SEO. Ano-ano yung mga pinirepare nyo for this?
Kung prepare namin sa 2 days. Yung Thursday, parang pok practice kami ng Thursday. Tapos nung Friday, parang medyo nag-chill lang kami kasi baka mapagod kasi. 2 games sunod naman laro namin.
Yeah, tama. Napakagandang training regimen nun. Pero yun nga, we are actually surprised sa turnout ng game na ito mga kaibigan. Are you expecting ba na matu-0 ang SEO?
Sa napanood namin kahapon, parang na-expect namin matutusiyo talaga namin sila.
So talagang
Wow.
I mean, I really love your confidence dito kay Bimo sa totoo lang. And medyo nagulat ako sa sagot niya, I swear. Pero bakit niyo naisip na gawin yata ang Diggy strat for game number 2?
Diggy strat, yung practice namin kahapon, parang nag-RJ lang kami, trip lang, tapos biglang pumasok sa isip. Talaga natin yung Diggy strat. Ayun, nag-click naman. Di kami natalo sa RGB.
And dinala nyo dito sa laban ng SEO sa game number 2 and talagang nag-work, yeah?
Oo, nag-work naman.
Yeah, alright. Thank you very much, Bimo. Okay, ba Wolf and Butters, do you have any questions? Let's start with Wolf.
I think mukhang secure na yata ang playoffs para sa LPE Eagles, at least mathematically speaking. Ngayon, siguro, paano naman magpe-prepare ang Eagles? Mga kabaro natin dyan sa Eagles. Wala kang kabayas-bayas. Ano yung mga plano nyo gawin sa heading into the playoffs?
Siguro pokpokan practice ulit. Pero bigyan kami ng day off para mapag. Mas pokpokan practice na.
Pukan pa lang galawan dito sa
Pukan
nest ng Eagles. Malupit pala, malupit na yun.
Lagi ka rin dyan, Wolf, di ba? So, ganun din ba yung ginagawa?
Pupukan din kami.
How about you, Butters?
Anong pakiramdam Bimo na may bago ka sa pants? De, joke lang. Anong pakiramdam na together again kayo ni Panda? Kasi for the longest time, magkasama kayo ni Panda dati. Naghiwalay kayo ng landas, pero LPE din pala ang magpapasama sa inyo ulit. Ano yung, di ba, nag-coach ka? Ano yung mga na-realize mo nung nagsama ulit kayo ni Coach Panda?
Mas comfort na ako kay Coach Panda eh. Pagpasok ko ng LPE, kasi noong una, looking for tang sila pagkatapos nung nag-champion sila sa Mayfield. Tapos nag-comment ako dun sa post niya ako. Tapos nag-try ako. Nakuha naman nag-out ako. Tapos, parang comfort zone na ako kay Panda eh. No usual, hindi na mag-adjust. Parang on the spot na ako.
Speaking of Panda, nasa likod mo lang.
Nasa likod.
Pati si kaibigang David nasa likod lang din. Alright. Bimo, do you have any shoutouts sa mga friends and families nyo, sa lahat sa sumusuporta sa LPE?
Shoutout nga pala dun sa mga sumusuporta sumusuporta sa LPE. Tapos shoutout ito kay Coach Panda, Sir David, kay Boss Richard, sa Boss Con. Shoutout din sa girlfriend ko, thank you sa sapatos, kay Oakley Janela Aguilar.
Ayun, grabe. Sobrang
Sana
nakakakilig.
all.
Hashtag sana all mga kaibigan.
Ano na rin kayo tatlo.
Baka Bimo to. Mga kaibigan, thank you very much. That is LPE, Bimo, and of course, good luck. Kasi you still have one game for tomorrow, which is Smart Omega. Good luck and congratulations, Bimo. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Nandito naman tayo sa... Nagbabalik na naman kaming tatlo. Parang kagabi lang. Once again, my name is Phil, your host for the day. Together with me is Butters and Wolf, your casters for the second game. Pero ito muna, I have a few questions para sa inyo mga kapatid. Unang-una, syempre, 2-0 na naman tayo mga pare. 2-0 na naman. Every time talaga na ako yung nag-host dito, 2-0 na naman talaga yung lumalabas no? And pag-usapan muna natin yung first game, which is Brand E Pro versus Happy Feet Emperors. We predicted na we thought HFE can beat out Brand E Pro with a clean 2-0. But the performance of Brand E Pro is just overwhelming. On that second game, Happy Feet Emperors really tried to pull something off. Pero yun nga lang, we can say na Brand E Pro is just too much for Happy Feet Emperors at that time. And will give Brand E Pro that safe spot as well sa upper bracket. Pero yun nga lang, magkakaroon pa rin tayo ng matinding tiebreaker if ever. What do you think is the future of Brand E Pro in the playoffs? And sa tingin nyo, paano kaya sila magpo-perform sa playoffs? Let's start with Butters.
So, 2-0 ka na nga lagi, hindi ka pa nag-research eh. Pero kidding aside, kasi kung makikita mo, malakas naman ang Brand E Pro. Malakas ang Brand E Pro talaga. Pero they're not as consistent as we think. Hindi sila stable eh. You have to look at it in a way na may mga bagay pa rin shaky na ginagawa ang Brand E Pro dito. Yes, they are contenders and they're the possible winners, pero kasi it takes a bit of polishing pa to get to that caliber na wala na makakatalo sa kanila. Sabihin na malakas sila, pero hindi sila invulnerable sa mga talo. Hindi sila talaga yung pinaka-dominant na team talaga dito sa natin. Kailangan pa nilang i-polish yung kanilang mga rotations, kung ano man yung kailangan nila i-polish to be at that certain level.
Kung mga para sila sabi mo, hindi sila immortal pa.
Yeah.
Wolf.
Para sa akin, ang Brand E Pro, siguro, they are expected to be the best here in the Philippines kasi yung kanilang lineup at lalong nakaka-champion lang nila sa isang tournament outside of the nationals at nagre-represent sila sa Philippines ng matindi. Ang masasabi ko lang yung struggles nila ngayon, it's a byproduct of them having so many players. Minsan, sabi natin, kailangan natin ng 6-man, 7-man or ng coach staff. Pero pag masyado kayong maraming mix and match, yung ikaw, alam mo to, Phil, pag yung dish mo ay masyadong maraming ingredients, hindi siya nagiging consistent. Minsan napapasobra ka ng asin, ng pepper, at kung ano-ano pa. At alam ko nagugutom ka na ngayon. Pero yung nagiging resulta is inconsistent ka dahil sa sobrang daming mong tinatry. And there is really not so much that can stop Brand E Pro from activating themselves once again. Lalo na pag nabalik nila yung groove nila, yung original recipe nila, pag nabalik nila yon, kaya-kaya nilang lumakas ulit.
Alright, grabe ng explanation move. Parang ikaw yata yung gutom, hindi ako.
Oo nga eh.
But I really want to talk about as well the game number 2, which is SEO and versus LPE. For us, this is a battle of momentum and preparation, mga kaibigan. SEO should have their momentum because of their win yesterday. And LPE got 2 days of break and preparation for this match. Last time na nagkita sila, SEO won this against LPE with a clean 2-0, but now this is a big revenge na rin para sa LPE, mga kaibigan. I want to talk about the second game naman dito. The Diggy strat sa second game really worked for LPE. Kahit papano, napatagal pa rin ng SAE Olympians yung laban eh. Bimo on that Diggy, an aspect on that leg is really unstoppable. Ano yung thoughts dun sa second game? Bakit nila ginawa yun? Butters?
Tingin ko it's byproduct din ng, alam mo yon, how competitive it is dito sa the nationals. And for you to get the 2-0, you have to break barriers eh. Kumbaga, kailangan mo talaga magdala ng bago eh. And if it's never been seen sa liga, then just do it. Ibato mo and pakita mo kung ano nga ba yung magagawa ng certain styles of creativity na meron ang mga teams. And nakita natin dito that they are capable of producing cheese strategies like this. I'm excited kung ano pa yung makikita natin cheese strat pagdating ng playoffs.
Actually, tama yung sobrang tama yung yung term is actually the strat is a cheese strat talaga dito. Ikaw naman, Wolf.
Saktong-sakto ay tinanong ko si Mr. Brian Lim, which is Coach Panda, kung ano. Kasi sabi sa niya, grabe, ba't nyo ginawa yun? And hindi ko pa nababasa yung actual na chat niya. Pero ito yung preview. It was a do or die match kasi. Sabi niya, in the voice of Panda, it was a do or die match.
Alam ko, Wolf, kasi sinabi niya, kala niya, it's so effective kasi talaga.
Oh, so effective kasi
kasi
talaga.
Kasi ganun siya eh.
Yep. Now, it kind of made me think, siguro nga dahil it's a do or die match, kaya nila ginawa yon. And it's so fitting kasi ginawa nila sa second game. Instead of doing it in the first game, ginawa nila yon nang nasa winning stride sila. So that they have a reliever and also they can damage yung parang you're adding salt to the wound eh. 'Di ba? Nung parang duguan na yung SEO Olympians sa game 1 loss. Tapos gaganon mo pa, it really messes up with the head and that's how they won that match. Ngayon, I want to go back to it being a do or die match kasi yung Eagles, if they continue to lose, kunwari natalo sila series na to, tapos difficult pa yung kalaban tomorrow which is SMO, they might lose their slot at the playoffs. Kaya naman, I kind of understood na kaya nila ito ginawa is because they badly want to be at the playoffs.
Pero ito for my last question is, anong need i-adjust ng FPA Olympians para di mangyari to ulit sa kanila sa playoffs, Wolf?
Well, I think na they have to solidify yung kanilang mga fundamentals. I feel na yung game 1 ay nagkaroon sila ng problema dahil sa kanilang draft na parang out of the meta masyado. Mayroong mga times na pag out of the meta, it can still work. But generally speaking, pag sobrang layo mo sa meta, tapos yung kalaban mo naman, they're really following kung ano yung effective na tactics ngayon sa ating meta game, lugi ka talaga. It's very natural for you to lose. And that's exactly what happened with the 2 games naman na nakita natin sa STA Olympic. So I guess, to answer your question, I go back to fundamentals, go back to what works, and take it from there. Tsaka lang kayo may creative.
How about you, Butters? Anong sa tingin mo yung kailangan gawin tricks ng STI Olympians para hindi mangyari ulit sa kanila sa playoffs?
Dapat na crouch. De, joke. Kasi, SEO, I don't think na kailangan nila ng tricks. Kailangan lang talaga nila ditong tignan kung ano yung ginagawang draft. Kailangan nila magkaroon ng sixth sense kapag na-draft. Kumbaga, may mga times kasi na magiging unpredictable yung mga teams. And if you look into it, you're gonna hurt them a lot. So, ibig sabihin dito, if you would try to look at the patterns as much as possible, and you see those patterns going on for you, and you ban the right hero at the right moment, kung tingin mo ba kung naban yung Digi doon, that could have been a normal game, di ba? Pero, no. If they went beyond just, reading a normal draft than Digi strat, then probably it could have been better for their side. Pero yun lang talaga, wala silang kailangan palitan. It's just that para sa akin, kailangan lang nila tignan yung mga patterns ng draft kasi may mga flags yan na nagsasabi na sa'yo, magdi-Digi strat na kami.
It's like literally you're saying to SEO, just think outside the box, mga kaibigan. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for the Nationals, for the day 14 of the Nationals today. Tomorrow, it's going to be the last day of the group stages. And just a quick recap on what happened a while ago. Bren E Pro won against Happy Feet Emperors with a clean 2-0. And LPE won against SEO with a clean 2-0 as well. And again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the day 14 of the National. And syempre, konting pasabik muna sa mangyayari bukas. There is a match between SMO and LPE. And ito ang mangyayari dyan. If LPE will win, magkakaroon tayo ng tiebreaker kay Bren E Pro kasi pareho silang 18 points for us to know who will be at the upper bracket. And the Signal Ultra Warriors versus Happy Feet Emperors. If Signal Ultra Warriors ang panalo, it's gonna be a tiebreaker again with SEO with 15 points. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the day 14 of the Nationals. On behalf of our casters a while ago, it's Honey Glaze and Wolf. Thank you very much. Butters and Wolf, thank you very much as well. For the last time, my name is Vil. See you again tomorrow, same time. And Rob Luna as well. For the caster, nakasama ni Honey Glaze kanina. Thank you very much for watching the Nationals. See you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Good night.